Listen carefully because what I'm about to tell you will shake the way you look at your own pocket change forever. People are out here wasting time scrolling and ignoring coin that could literally change their financial future, and today we are driving into the most valuable top 5 rare ultra-valuable coins in gray nickel condition. Yes, nickel are coin that collectors are fighting over. These are not just coin, these are hidden assets, silent money, sitting in drawers, and the shocking part is many of you already have them and do not even realize it. Let me start with me first coin. The moment you hold a simple 1992 United States coin in your hand, it feels ordinary, almost invisible. A small piece of metal, passed through countless hands, forgotten in drawers, lost in pockets. But what if I told you that hidden within this ordinary coin lies the possibility of extraordinary value, so rare, so unexpected, that it has stunned collectors across the world? This is not just a coin. This is a silent treasure waiting to be discovered. In 1992, billions of coins were produced by the United States Mint, especially from the Denver facility marked with a tiny D. These coins flooded the market, making them seem common and insignificant. In fact, most of them are worth nothing more than their face value. But history has a strange way of hiding secrets in plain sight, and the 1992 D coin is one of those secrets. Among these billions, a microscopic difference changed everything. A tiny detail on the reverse side of the coin, the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America. On normal coins, these letters are clearly separated. But on a rare few, they appear almost touching. This is known as the legendary close AM variety, a small detail that transforms an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. U.S. Coins Guide +1. At first glance, you might miss it. Your eyes won't notice anything unusual. But under careful inspection, that tiny spacing becomes the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. This is the kind of hidden treasure that doesn't announce itself. You have to discover it. Collectors around the world began searching, examining coins with magnifying glasses, hoping to find this rare variation. And when they did, the results were shocking. Some of these rare 1992 coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, with reported values reaching around $20,000 to $25,000 depending on condition and authenticity. Rarest.org +1. Now imagine this for a moment. A coin you might have ignored, spent, or dropped could carry a value powerful enough to change your financial situation overnight. It sounds unbelievable, but this is the reality of rare coin collecting. Value is not always about age. Sometimes, it's about a mistake. Because that's exactly what this is, a mistake. During production, a design intended for later years was accidentally used on a few 1992 coins. This created a transitional error, something never meant to exist. And in the world of coins, mistakes are not flaws, they are treasures. But here's the truth most people don't tell you. Not every 1992 D coin is valuable. In fact, the majority are still worth only 1 cent, even today. Billions were made, and most of them carry no special feature at all. The real value lies only in the rare error versions or coins preserved in near-perfect condition. Errorcoins.org. Condition plays a powerful role. A coin that looks shiny, untouched, and perfectly preserved can command a much higher price than one that is scratched or worn. Professional grading systems rank coins, and only the best examples reach the highest values in the market. Rarest.org. And then comes the thrill, the hunt. People across the world check old jars, piggy banks, and forgotten collections. They search through loose change, hoping to find that one rare coin hiding among thousands. It's like a treasure hunt where the prize could be life-changing. But let's stay grounded in reality. This coin will not automatically make you a billionaire. The truth is more fascinating than fantasy. Its value depends on rarity, condition, and demand. And while millions are unlikely, thousands of dollars are very real for the rare versions, and that alone is enough to turn a simple coin into something extraordinary. So if you ever come across a 1992 D coin, don't rush to spend it. Look closely. Study the details. That small gap, or lack of it, between two tiny letters could be the difference between ordinary and unforgettable. Because sometimes, the smallest things in life carry the greatest hidden power. What if the next coin you almost ignore is actually the one that changes everything? Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now, sitting quietly in your pocket, unnoticed. Today, we uncover the hidden story of the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin that millions have seen, but very few have truly looked at. At first glance, it feels ordinary. The front carries the calm, familiar face of Thomas Jefferson, a figure tied to history, knowledge, and legacy. Turn it over, and you'll see Monticello, a symbol of architecture and heritage. It's simple, clean, common. Or at least, that's what most people think. Because in 1999, the United States Mint produced millions of these nickels in Philadelphia. And when something is produced in such large numbers, the world assumes it has no special value. But here's the truth most people never hear. Not all coins are equal. Hidden among those millions are rare variations, coins that slipped through the minting process with subtle differences. Tiny changes, almost invisible to the untrained eye. Yet these differences can transform a 5-cent coin into something collectors desperately want. And that's where the mystery begins. Imagine holding a coin that looks perfectly normal, until you look closer. The letters might appear slightly doubled. The edges might not align exactly the way they should. The surface might show unusual patterns created during production. These are known as mint errors. And in the world of coin collecting, errors are not mistakes, they are treasures. Because they are rare. And rarity creates demand. A 1999 P nickel with a clear error, like doubling, off-center strike, or die imperfections, can instantly become far more valuable than its face value. Not because of what it was meant to be, but because of what it accidentally became. Now pause for a second and think about this. How many times have you received coins and never looked twice? How many times has a rare coin passed through your hands without you even realizing it? That's the hidden reality of coins like the 1999 P nickel. They are everywhere, and yet their secrets remain unseen. But errors are only part of the story. Condition is where things become even more powerful. Coins that have never been used in daily life, never scratched, never worn, are called mint state coins. These are coins that still hold their original shine, their original detail, their original perfection. And collectors are willing to pay a premium for that perfection. A 1999 P nickel in high mint state condition can stand out dramatically. The sharper the details, the cleaner the surface, the higher the grade, and with that grade comes higher demand. Professional grading services examine coins under intense magnification. They study every detail, every line, every surface reflection, every tiny mark, and assign a grade that defines the coin's quality. And here's where things become exciting. Even a common coin can become uncommon in the right condition. Even a simple nickel can become desirable in the right grade. And that's why collectors never stop searching. Because the difference between ordinary and valuable is often just a matter of detail. Now imagine this scenario. You're going through your pocket change. Nothing special. Just coins. But then you notice one, slightly brighter, slightly sharper, slightly different. You take a closer look. And in that moment, everything changes. Because what you thought was just 5 cents might be something more. This is the thrill that drives coin collectors across the world. It's not just about money. It's about discovery. It's about curiosity. It's about seeing what others overlook. The 1999 P. Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of this hidden potential. It reminds us that value is not always visible at first glance. Sometimes, it's hidden in the smallest details. And the best part? You don't need to be an expert to start. You don't need expensive equipment. All you need is attention. Start simple. Look for the P mint mark, which tells you the coin was made in Philadelphia. Check the date, 1999. Then slowly examine the coin. Look at the lettering. Look at the edges. Look for anything unusual. Use a small magnifying glass if you can. It will reveal details that are impossible to see with the naked eye. Once you start doing this, something amazing happens. Coins stop being just coins. They become stories. They become mysteries. They become opportunities. And suddenly, every piece of change you receive feels important. Collectors often say that the real treasure isn't just the value, it's the search itself. Because every coin holds a possibility. A possibility that it could be rare. A possibility that it could be valuable. A possibility that it could be yours. The 1999 P nickel may not guarantee instant wealth. It may not make you rich overnight. But it offers something just as powerful, the chance to discover something hidden. And sometimes, that chance is all it takes. Because every great collection starts with one coin. Every discovery starts with one moment of curiosity. And every hidden treasure starts with someone willing to look closer. So next time you receive change, don't rush. Pause. Look carefully. Because in that small moment, you might uncover something unexpected. Something rare. Something valuable. And maybe, something unforgettable. The 2003 D penny was minted at the United States Mint in Denver, which is what the D mint mark stands for. Millions of these coins were produced, making them common in circulation. At first glance, nothing about this coin screams fortune. It carries the familiar portrait of Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But collectors don't judge coins by face value. They look for tiny details, rare conditions, and hidden mistakes that can transform an everyday coin into a collector's dream. Now imagine this. Among millions of identical coins, a few are struck with subtle minting errors, slight misalignments, doubled letters, off-center strikes, or unusual metal composition. These are the coins that collectors hunt for. A rare error on a 2003 D penny can increase its value dramatically. While most sell for just a few cents, certain error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. Condition is another powerful factor. In coin collecting, a coin graded in near-perfect condition, often called mint state, can be worth far more than one that's been worn down through everyday use. A 2003 D penny that has never been circulated, with sharp details and original shine, can fetch significantly higher prices. Professional grading companies carefully evaluate coins and assign them a score, and even a small difference in grade can mean a huge jump in value. There's also the psychological side of collecting. People are drawn to the idea that treasure could be hiding in plain sight. That's why stories about rare pennies selling for massive amounts capture attention so easily. While it's true that some coins in history have reached incredible prices, those are usually extremely rare cases involving unique errors or historical significance, not typical circulation coins. Still, the 2003 D penny has its own appeal. It represents a modern era of U.S. coinage, produced during a time when technology made minting more precise than ever. That means true errors from this period are less common, which can make them more valuable when they do appear. It's this combination of modern production and rare imperfections that keeps collectors interested. If you're serious about finding value in such a coin, you need to examine it closely. Look at the date, the mint mark, the lettering, and the edges. Check for doubling in the text or unusual spacing. Even the smallest irregularity could be a sign of something special. A magnifying glass or coin microscope can reveal details that the naked eye might miss. Another important step is authentication. If you believe you found something unusual, getting it checked by a professional grading service can make all the difference. Without proper verification, even a rare coin may not fetch a high price because buyers need assurance that it's genuine. It's also worth understanding the market. Coin values aren't fixed, they fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and collector interest. A coin that sells for a high price today might not fetch the same tomorrow. That's why knowledge is your greatest asset. The more you learn, the better your chances of recognizing something valuable. The idea of becoming rich overnight from a single coin is exciting, but it's important to stay grounded. Real wealth in coin collecting usually comes from patience, research, and a bit of luck. It's about building a collection, understanding history, and appreciating the craftsmanship behind each piece. That said, never underestimate the power of curiosity. Many valuable coins have been discovered by ordinary people who simply took a closer look at their change. The difference between a worthless coin and a valuable one often comes down to attention to detail. So if you have a 2003 D penny, don't just spend it without a second thought. Examine it, learn about it, and consider its potential. While it may not turn you into a billionaire overnight, it could still hold more value than you expect, and at the very least, it opens the door to an exciting world of discovery. In the end, the real treasure isn't just the money, it's the knowledge, the hunt, and the thrill of finding something rare where others see nothing at all. And who knows? Among the countless coins out there, one small detail could make all the difference, turning an ordinary penny into something truly extraordinary. The 2002 5-cent coin, known as the Jefferson nickel, might look like an ordinary piece of change at first glance, but beneath its simple design lies a story that has captured the imagination of collectors around the world. In a world where overlooked objects sometimes carry hidden value, this coin has become a symbol of possibility. People often ignore it, toss it into jars, or spend it without a second thought, not realizing that in extremely rare circumstances, a single coin like this could hold surprising worth. Now, let's build the intrigue carefully. A standard 2002 nickel is not worth millions of dollars on its own. It was produced in large numbers, and millions of these coins exist today. But what transforms an ordinary coin into something extraordinary is not the date alone. It's the rare combination of condition, minting errors, and unique characteristics. This is where the story begins to shift from ordinary to potentially valuable. The P Mint mark on this coin represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most important coin-producing facilities in the United States. Coins from this mint are usually common, but every now and then, something unusual happens during production. A slight mistake, a misalignment, or a flaw in the die can create a coin that stands out from the rest, and collectors are always hunting for those rare anomalies. Imagine holding a coin that looks normal but carries a hidden error, perhaps a double die effect where the design appears slightly duplicated, or an off-center strike where the image is not perfectly aligned. These errors are not just mistakes. In the collector's world, they are treasures. A rare error on a 2002 nickel could dramatically increase its value, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its uniqueness and condition. Condition plays an equally powerful role. Coins that have never been circulated, meaning they have no scratches, wear, or damage, are graded at the highest levels. These are known as mint state coins. A 2002 nickel in perfect or near-perfect condition, especially if graded by professional services, can be worth significantly more than its face value. The difference between an average coin and a flawless one can be astonishing. Now let's explore the idea that fuels so much excitement online, the possibility of a $1 million coin. While it's true that some coins in history have sold for extraordinary amounts, reaching such values requires an extreme level of rarity. For a 2002 nickel to ever approach such a figure, it would need to be one of a kind, featuring a dramatic, never-seen-before mint error combined with perfect preservation. Stories and rumors often exaggerate values, turning ordinary coins into legends overnight. You might hear claims that a simple nickel could make you a billionaire. While that idea is thrilling, it's important to stay grounded. The real opportunity lies in understanding what makes a coin valuable and recognizing when you might have something special in your hands. Collectors don't just look at coins, they study them. They examine every detail, the sharpness of the design, the shine of the surface, the presence of any unusual marks. A small crack in the die or an unexpected variation in the metal can be the difference between a coin worth 5 cents and one worth a significant amount. There's also a psychological element to this world. The idea that treasure could be hiding in your pocket or coin jar creates a sense of excitement and curiosity. It encourages people to slow down and pay attention to details they would normally ignore. In that sense, the 2002 nickel becomes more than just currency, it becomes a symbol of hidden potential. If you happen to find a 2002 nickel, the smartest move is not to rush into selling it. Take time to inspect it carefully. Look for anything unusual, doubling, misalignment, strange textures, or an unusually sharp strike. If something seems different, it might be worth getting it evaluated by a professional grading service. The journey of a coin from everyday use to collector's treasure is fascinating. It passes through countless hands, survives years of circulation, and sometimes emerges as something rare and valuable. Each coin carries a history, and occasionally, that history includes a unique flaw that transforms it into a collectible piece. It's also important to understand that the coin market is driven by demand. Even a rare coin needs interested buyers to reach high values. Trends change, collector interests shift, and what is highly sought after today may not hold the same appeal tomorrow. That's why knowledge and patience are key in this field. So, can a 2002 5-cent coin change your life overnight? In most cases, no, but in rare and exceptional situations, it could be worth far more than you expect. The real power lies in awareness. Knowing what to look for gives you an advantage that most people don't have. In the end, the true message is simple but powerful. Never underestimate what you have. That small, overlooked coin could be ordinary, or it could hold a story waiting to be discovered. And while the dream of millions may be rare, the thrill of the hunt for hidden value is something that makes every coin worth a second look. What if the next coin you pull out of your pocket isn't just loose change, but a hidden opportunity? A silent treasure that most people ignore every single day. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2000 Jefferson nickel, a coin that may look ordinary, but carries a story that could surprise you. At first glance, there's nothing special about it. The front shows Thomas Jefferson, a familiar face that has appeared on the nickel for decades. Flip it over, and you'll see Monticello, his historic home. It's a design that millions recognize instantly. And because so many were produced by the United States Mint in Denver, most people believe it has no real value beyond 5 cents. But that belief is exactly what makes this coin so interesting. Because hidden within those millions of coins are a few rare pieces, coins that escape the mint with tiny imperfections, unique characteristics, or exceptional quality. And those are the coins that collectors are constantly searching for. Think about this for a moment. Every coin goes through a massive production process. Machines strike designs at high speed, thousands every minute. In such a fast system, small mistakes are almost unavoidable. And those mistakes, they create opportunity. Mint errors are where the real mystery begins. Some 2000 nickels show signs of doubling, where the letters or numbers appear slightly repeated. Others may be struck off-center, where the design isn't perfectly aligned. Some may even have unusual surfaces or marks caused during production. To an untrained eye, these might look like defects. But in the world of coin collecting, these defects are often the most valuable features. Now imagine this: you're holding a coin, and something looks just a little off. Maybe the lettering isn't perfectly sharp. Maybe the image seems slightly shifted. Most people would ignore it. But a collector would pause, take a closer look, and realize this could be something rare. And that's where the journey begins. Another powerful factor that can transform a coin's value is its condition. Not all coins are equal, even if they were made in the same year. Some coins enter circulation and get worn down over time, scratches, fading, damage. Others, however, remain untouched. These are known as mint state coins. A 2000 nickel in mint condition can look almost brand new: sharp edges, clean surfaces, strong details. And collectors love coins like this because they represent the coin exactly as it was meant to be seen. Professional grading services take this very seriously. They examine coins under magnification, studying every detail, every mark, every surface. Then they assign a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. And here's where things get exciting. While most 2000 nickels are only worth face value, high-grade examples or rare error coins can sell for significantly more. Not millions, but enough to surprise someone who thought they were holding just 5 cents. And the best part? These coins are still out there. They're not locked away in museums. They're not all in private collections. Some are still moving through everyday circulation, passing from hand to hand, unnoticed. That means the coin in your pocket right now could be worth checking. The thrill of coin collecting doesn't come from guaranteed riches. It comes from possibility. From the idea that something valuable could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to notice it. You don't need expensive tools to begin. Just curiosity. Just attention to detail. Start with the basics. Look for the D mint mark, showing it was produced in Denver. Check the date, 2000. Then examine the coin closely. Are the letters sharp? Do you see any doubling? Is the design perfectly centered? Even a simple magnifying glass can reveal hidden details that your eyes might miss. And once you start looking, you'll never see coins the same way again. Every scratch, every line, every tiny detail becomes a clue. Collectors often say that coins tell stories. And error coins tell the most interesting stories of all. They capture a moment when something went slightly wrong in the minting process, creating something rare, something unique. And that uniqueness is what drives value. But beyond the money, there's something deeper. There's excitement, discovery, the feeling of finding something that others have overlooked. It turns an ordinary moment, receiving change at a shop, into something meaningful. Instead of ignoring your coins, you start paying attention. You start searching. And that's how collections begin. One coin. One discovery. One moment of curiosity. The 2000 Jefferson Nickel is a perfect example of this hidden world. It reminds us that value isn't always obvious. That sometimes the most ordinary things hold the most surprising potential. So next time you receive change, pause for a second. Look at the coins in your hand. Don't rush to spend them. Because among them, there could be something special. Something rare. Something valuable. And maybe, just maybe, that small 5-cent coin could be the beginning of something much bigger.